Hi there, GMC owners. Today in your 2019 GMC Sierra 2500 HD, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install Blue Ox's base plate. You can hook any Blue Ox tow bar up to the arms here that go in the end of your base plate, and we'll go ahead and show you that real quick here. So we'll pull the pin out, slide that apart, and we can pull the end back there. This arm is removable, so when you're not flat towing, you can simply just pull the pin and twist it to slide that out of there. And when you're ready to flat tow, that'll just insert and twist until it locks into place. And then we can just make our connection there. And if you have another manufacturer's tow bar that is not a Blue Ox, we do have adapters available here at eTrailer so you can get the correct ends to connect to this base plate. Just to the inside on our base plate, we've got our safety cable attachments, so you can hook those up, and we're gonna have the same thing on each side. And from the ground to our attachment point here, we're right at about 22.5 inches for your base plate installed on your vehicle here. So that way, if you need a high-low adapter to match your motorhome, you can adjust for that, because ideally you want those to be within plus or minus 3 inches of one another. So if your motorhome's drastically lower or higher, it's probably going to be lower in a lot of cases with how high this sits. You can adjust for that. And we've got different high-low adapters available here at eTrailer. There's 5 main components you'll need when flat towing your vehicle behind your motorhome. You'll need your tow bar, which is your connection between your motorhome and your vehicle. Your safety cables, which is a supplemental connection in addition to your tow bar. You'll need your base plate, which provides the connection point on your vehicle to attach your tow bar to. You'll need your diode wiring, which will take all the lighting signals from your motorhome, transfer it to the lights at the back of your vehicle so people will know your intentions when going down the road. And your supplemental braking system, which will activate the brakes in the vehicle when you press them in your motorhome to help you come to a safe stop. Now that we've covered some of the features of our base plate here, let's head into the shop and we'll show you how to get it installed. We'll begin our installation here at the front of the vehicle. We're going to be removing both the passenger and driver side tow hooks, and our base plate will slide right in this position to install them. So we'll head right underneath to start removing the fasteners that are holding our tow hook in. So here's the frame right here, the bolt on bottom, and there's also one bolt that goes straight through the tow hook. We'll remove those with an 18mm socket. For the bolt, you'll need to put a wrench on the other side. So we've got our wrench on one side, and then we'll use our socket on the other. We'll then slide the bolt out of there. After you've got the bolt slid out, the tow hook will just pull right out. We'll then repeat over here on the other side, doing the same method to get this one removed. We'll take the inside hole here, and we're going to drill this out with a 13/16 drill bit. This is from the middle of the vehicle towards the outside of the vehicle. And we'll do that on the other side of the vehicle as well. So now at this point, you can just slide your base plate in and make your connection. But if you have the Denali edition, you're actually gonna have to make some trims to this in order for it to fit. Ours is a Denali edition, so kind of marked out a lot of the areas we're gonna have to trim. We'll have to trim out some of the plastic here on both the top and the bottom, and on the side for the tow chain. And the metal bracket that you see there, we'll have to have some trimmed out the bottom and in this top corner up here as well in order for it to clear and slide in place. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out this area now. We're gonna probably use a combination of a cutting wheel and a reciprocating blade to get all this trimmed out. These little multi-tools work great for cutting out this plastic. Once you've got all the trims made, you can always clean these up with a razor knife or something. Just verify that your base plate is able to slide into position in there. Might have to wiggle it up and down just a little bit to get her to fit. And as long as it lines up with your holes on the inside, you should be good to go from there. After you get your base plate positioned, we can start by grabbing all of our bolts now. We're going to put red Loctite on each one before we install it. You're going to take the long bolt that comes in your kit. We're going to start with a lock washer on it, followed by a flat washer, and then the extension, the spacer tube, will go from the inside through to the other side. We need to get to go all the way through the other side. Might be a little bit of a tight fit. Once you're through the other side, you'll place another flat washer on there, followed by a nylon locking nut. And before we tighten it down, we'll get our bottom ones installed. That way we got a little bit of play to help those line up. Now on bottom, we're going to take this plate here. The large hole is going to go where the large hole is there, small hole towards the front. You're going to use the smaller bolts that come in your kit, the shorter ones. The one that goes towards the front is going to get only a lock washer. So we're going to put it through like that and thread it into the bottom of the base plate. Just a couple of turns is fine for now. The one that goes through the rear hole will get a lock washer and a flat washer. And then the slotted adapter here that fits in this hole, and that'll thread up in there. Once we get those started, we can go back and tighten down all of our hardware here. Probably going to tighten these down first with a 3/4 inch socket. Then we'll tighten up our side through bolt. With the same size hardware, you will need a wrench on the other side to hold the nut. We can then go back and torque all of our hardware to the specifications outlined in our instructions. So now we're going to take our permanent safety cables, wrap them around the frame, and then we can hook it onto the quick link that comes in your kit. That'll go through the small hole that's located here towards the inside where your safety cables attach. Slide that one on there. Once you got them both slid on there, you'll just tighten down the nut, and then we'll repeat that over on the other side. And that completes our installation of Blue Ox's base plate on our 2019 GMC Sierra 2500 HD.